Hello and welcome to Minor League TV, your reality TV playback podcast. I'm Rachel.
I'm Maddie.
And we're the Reality Boys. And we've got our producer / coach Chelsea in the room with us tonight.
What's up?
What's up, Chelsea?
This season we are breaking down Summer House.
And today we are doing the retrospective on Paige and Craig's relationship. What
R.I.P.
the hell happened?
What the hell?
What the hell was that?
Before we get into it,
Yeah.
we need to talk about one of our sponsors, the Cheesecake Factory. Just kidding, I wish.
One of our sponsors, every egg roll at the Cheesecake Factory that we ate the other night. We got 2 sample platters of egg rolls.
And okay, everyone that I've told that we went was like, did you get the egg roll sampler?
And you said we did it twice.
Yeah.
We ran it back. Yeah. We ran it back before we even needed to.
I only discovered Cheesecake Factory like 2 years ago. So I feel like I'm making up for lost time. Every time I go, I'm like, I'll eat anything. I'll get whatever.
That's so funny. It's not a place I go really often at all. And before we started recording, Chelsea was telling me that I am a certified hater about the Cheesecake Factory.
And I was not there this time.
And she wasn't there and she's pissed.
I love it. I said, I want something with buffalo. And they were like, well, we got the strips, we got the bites, we got the... I'm like, cool.
And what'd you get?
The buffalo tenders with a side of fries.
They were good. I mean, everything was like good.
Yeah.
But the cheesecakes were great.
Yeah, they were great.
It's funny. I mean, shout out Doughboys. I love listening to the podcast about chain restaurants. Apparently, I just don't want to go myself.
Do they talk about like chains too?
Oh, yeah. That's like the whole premise is chains.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to a Sweet Green episode.
Oh,
I guess I was
fair,
thinking
local stuff.
Yeah, or like Chili's and Cheesecake Factory and Chili's, are they the same?
Yes.
Okay.
In that they're
Chelsea?
chain restaurants.
Yeah, in that Rachel won't go to them with me.
In that I'm too much of a hater, I guess. I'm like not dying to go to a Chili's. And I know my coworker is obsessed.
It's so fun. A big ass basket of chips and salsa.
Yeah.
You're watching a game. You're getting 2-for-1 margaritas.
I love the sound of it.
I hate to say it, this is like a dream night for me.
Okay, sounds like we have a date and Rachel's not invited.
I'll tag along.
In another life, I am a teacher and I love to go for happy hour drinks.
Chili's is the first place I ordered an alcoholic beverage.
What'd you get?
2-for-1 margaritas.
I mean that rules.
Yeah.
That's a great deal, at least.
Yeah. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed. I feel like the girls came ready to eat.
Yeah.
And like 4 boys showed up and were like, well, I had In-N-Out before this.
I didn't even
What the fuck are you talking about?
All 4 men said, I didn't know before that. Literally everyone was like, I'm not too hungry. I ate a bunch. And I'm no shade, and maybe I'll cut this out. I go, you broke. I said, you don't have money to spend on the Cheesecake Factory, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, now I didn't think about that.
And maybe that's not it, and maybe they did just eat so much In-N-Out before they came to the Cheesecake Factory knowing we were going 8 people deep.
I was like, I did a 24-hour fast.
Yeah. Maddie showed up ready. She destroyed her gut for
maternity pants.
Yeah. She said, I can't eat gluten, but I'm doing it tonight.
Yeah. I don't eat gluten or dairy.
Or dairy.
And I ate like a full piece of cheesecake.
Truly, it was, shout out to our friend Matthew. It was his birthday. He looked at Maddie. He goes, are you going to be able to eat that cheesecake? And she went, I'm gonna. And I was like, that's my girl. That's my girl. She goes in.
Yeah, Brent tried to be like, okay, so like, what can you eat? I was like, don't you worry about a thing tonight.
You said, what can I eat? Try me.
Wait, what kind of cheesecake did you guys get?
Great question, Chelsea. We got 4 slices.
Wow.
We got strawberry. We got...
Yeah, the classic was strawberry. The lemon raspberry
cream. Maddie's fave.
That was my favorite.
Salted caramel.
Was that your
my
fave?
fave?
Yeah, I knew it.
And then a cookie dough.
Oh, yeah.
Which cheesecake cookie dough on top.
I did like, but I felt like it was just straight cookie dough.
It was one note. Yeah. The cookie dough, the cookie dough top was like so dense that once you got into the cheesecake, everything was just like, there were no flavor.
Do I love cookie dough? Sure.
Yes.
But
yes. No, but you couldn't tell the difference between the the flavors I felt.
Yeah.
For some reason, it was all sugar. But yes, the salted caramel was my favorite.
Also, so we like ruled out the classic flavor, but then my instinct was, because of this, I think, to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with our favorite flavors.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah, it was good.
I think we killed cookie dough.
Yeah.
Fuck salted caramel and marry lemon raspberry for me.
I think I married salted caramel and then I fucked strawberry. It's good.
This is how my brain works now with everything.
Everything.
Maddie can only think in 3 categories. I mean, it's better than the binary. Maybe that's what we need to introduce to Republicans is
Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah. We go, it's not boys or girls, it's fuck, marry, kill.
And marry is a partnership. Marry is a lifelong partnership. So
She's learned. Speaking of lifelong partnerships,
should we get into it?
let's dive into this app.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious to go through Paige and Craig's relationship because it baffled me. I could not believe they were dating. I also watch Southern Charm. I might have already mentioned it on the pod. I am a D-list Bravo fan. So any Bravo show that you would consider D-list, I'm watching. So I've known Craig through the lens of Southern Charm, which is not a great look. And I could not believe that someone as cool and down as Paige was going to date him.
Yeah, I came into it different perspective because I only met Craig on Winter House for the first time. Not his best look.
Terrible showing.
Immediately didn't like him.
Yeah.
I was also shocked that Paige started dating him and was like so like charmed by him.
You were.
Yeah. Even like when all this stuff was happening between her and Andrea, I was and Craig, I was like, why are you choosing him? Like what? And she just kept being like, I can't help it. Like I like him, which like I get. You just like have feelings for who you have feelings for. But I was like, what am I missing?
That is the sad part.
I felt that way about Austin too. Like why are two bad bitches fighting over him?
Yeah, I thought about that so much. I didn't come away liking Craig at all, and probably because I've already seen his bad behavior.
So you didn't like him on Southern Charm
already?
Okay.
No, because I'll maybe I will talk about it at some point in the app, just kind of like how cuckoo he is. Austin is at least actually charming to me, that he can win me over to some degree. I mean, I think at this point he's also done too many things I
find Craig more charming than Austin, for the record. Oh, is that crazy?
I think
to me.
Interesting.
I think I find Craig more attractive.
Yes.
Oh.
I was going to say, actually, I think I just like his face slightly more than Austin's.
Oh, guys,
bad face.
I think I like Austin's face.
Yeah,
more
I knew
than
you.
Craig's
Yep,
face.
that checks out, actually.
What does it mean?
But I have thought about like,
wait, Chelsea. I said, what does it mean? And Chelsea went. Chelsea has a theory that I only like men with big noses, and I've never noticed this before.
They don't even have to be big necessarily. She likes a nose with character.
Yeah, character.
She wants a distinct.
Does
nose.
Austin have a character nose?
Yes,
I'm
he
sorry,
does.
I have to look it up right
it's
now.
not necessarily big, but
That's
it
what I'm
does have
saying.
character. It is a big part of his face.
It's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's a big part of his face. I hope someone says that about me. That's not a big nose.
It's not a big nose,
but it
it's
has
a
character.
distinct nose.
Okay, that's photoshopped. That's face tuned.
That's not the question.
Yeah, I do get Austin. I've had hello. I've had moments where I'm like,
hello.
I'm like, okay, Austin's being really silly and funny. Like, if I was a little drunk, I might be charmed by that. Okay,
Yeah.
I see it. But okay, Craig's intro on Winter House. He's just immediately like too fratty, too
Bad ick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then on Summer House, it starts off with the love triangle with So Paige and Andrea have a little thing on Winter House. Craig has a girlfriend that first season of Winter House. Mm-hmm. When we get back to Summer House season 6, Paige is like, I've been hooking up with Craig for a few months. And
that's where I started crying.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, it's especially crazy because she's so picky.
Yeah.
About who she sleeps with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
and I guess her and Andrea like had a thing, but then it like fizzled out in the city. And I'm just like, I love Andrea.
I know, he's really cute.
So
on the rewatch, for Winter House, just since we're talking about like the origin of like how Paige and Craig kind of came into each other's orbit, rewatching Winter House with Andrea and he's almost like hesitant with Paige to be like, yes, I like you. Yes, I want to pursue something. He will talk vaguely about like, I want these things, and like she wants these things, or like a relationship or whatever. But they're both kind of like guarded or something. I don't know. There's some sort of hesitancy that keeps them from really being like, yeah, okay.
I feel like they're both like, this is vacation. It's not real life. So it's hard to make a set decision.
Right.
But it did seem like on Winter House, she was more wanting it to go somewhere after than he was, right? Yeah.
Well, how could you not when your bestie's hooking up with this other guy and then you get to have your little makeouts in bed together? I was like, just do it. I would have watched. That's why I watch reality TV.
Yeah. for the graphic sex scenes.
Yeah, just the vague idea of horniness really does it for me.
It's just like porn.
Yeah, no.
A comforter moving a little bit in the night vision camera.
It's so funny because that is more horny to me than watching like P and V
and hearing like a little moan here.
And I'm going, huh? Yeah, it's like the Sims woohoo in a bed. I'm like,
that's exactly what we're watching.
Yeah, I love it. I can't get enough. What is that? Let's uncover. But anyway, yeah. So Andrea and Paige, they're both like interested but hesitant. And then, yeah, I guess by the next summer, Paige is like, I'm hooking up with Craig.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know like how we want to dive into this, because I feel like there's a whole thing about Craig's character that we see like pretty immediately, where he's friends with Andrea and Andrea thinks that they're close.
Right.
And Andrea says to Paige in season 6, like in one of the first few episodes, I'm more upset that Craig didn't just come and talk to me about this, because I sort of was like, I thought Paige and I maybe had a thing.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, right from the jump, Craig just like doesn't handle things. Not even he doesn't handle things well. He just doesn't handle things.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think we'll see that becomes like Paige treating him like a baby as they grow, because he doesn't do things.
Right.
He's not a man.
That's what I'm saying. From jump, it's like, oh, you suck.
Yeah. She really I didn't kind of realize this the first time I watched it, but she takes charge of everything in the beginning. She starts every conversation that they need to have.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, have I done it?
Who in this room hasn't?
But he kind of doesn't step up in that way.
Yeah.
For a while.
I think she kind of likes that. Like, I think there's a part of her that like is like, this works for me because it gives me the upper hand all the time to be in control.
Maybe that's true
in that way.
And she's very confident. She's like, she handles everything really well with the whole Kristen Cavallari from Laguna Beach, and I think she's on the New Hills.
Yeah.
She doesn't get like super insecure about that, but she like is upset.
That whole part is interesting because Craig, this is when they're like hooking up, and Craig is like, he actually compares him and Paige to Austin and Lindsay, where he's like, Lindsay and Austin have been doing their open thing for like 4 years. Why can't we? And I was like, this is actually so much information.
Yeah.
Or is it no information at all? Because he's a liar. But him trying to say, like, I guess to me, he is implying, Austin and Lindsay have had a loosely open relationship, or like an understanding with each other for multiple years. B, are you then implying that you and Paige are having an open dynamic as you're getting to know each other, where it's like, we can both kiss other people and it's totally fine, but like, don't make me look stupid, which never works, because you will always look stupid. Not a dig at her. It's just like someone will do something to make you feel or look dumb.
Someone's gonna, whether you want to or not, your feelings are gonna come into play.
Yeah.
I think it was really shocking because, you said, I think Paige maybe does like being in charge and having the power, but there are some conversations that they have early on that she starts. Like there's one in her apartment in New York where she's like, I'm really happy you came to see me. And she's like, I don't like starting these conversations about like, what are we? Because I feel like that's so loserish. But like, basically then she's like, what are we? And he's like, well, I kind of like what we're doing. And like, you know, I feel like we should just keep feeling it out. And like, if we start to do anything exclusive, I think it's just going to like kill the relationship from the jump. And she's kind of sitting there looking so much more meek than I feel like I've ever seen her. It was so bizarre.
Because you got soft rejected by Craig.
Yeah.
Bloop.
And then he's like, but I really want to keep seeing you and I really like you. And like, I like the idea that even if we're like have something with someone else while we're apart, that we would choose each other first. And then she like smiles and she's like, okay, like I like that too. And I'm like, oh, I've been there. Like that's crazy. Like not necessarily specifically in that situation, but just like, I think sometimes when you're in something and you're like, okay, there's an issue we have to tackle. Then you have the conversation. When you're in the conversation, you're like, okay, this sounds good.
Yeah, right.
And then,
I can adhere to this.
Right.
Totally.
And then you come out of it and like, even from an outside perspective, it's like, wait, that didn't actually go well for me. And why did I let that go the way that it did?
Why did I agree to these terms and conditions?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
You know, it all seemed okay.
Was this conversation before or after he yells at her for kissing Andrea?
This is before, I believe.
Okay. So that kind of sets up then the whole like he's hooking up with Kristen, she makes out with Andrea.
Yeah, because then I think they have like the dominatrix party.
Yeah.
And she like, I love her. She texts him and she's like, we played a makeout game. And he's like, did you kiss anyone? She like baits him.
Yeah.
As she should.
As she should.
Yeah.
But also these are the terms and conditions of your guys' dynamic.
He like calls her in the morning and is like,
yeah,
why would you do that?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yells at her. And maybe even the night of, I wrote it down because I was like, this is crazy. He like calls her, maybe that night, he calls her at 8 a.m. to tell Paige about a fight that he had with Kristen.
Okay.
Which is also like, why are you calling her about that? And then he calls in another episode and he hangs up on her and that makes Paige cry in the closet.
That's right.
That night. And it's like, you shouldn't be crying in the closet about that. But she's like, I just like him so much. And to me, I'm like, it's not because you like him. It's because this person is not being nice to you, actually.
Yeah.
That's how I read that situation.
Yeah, you're crying because someone did something that was rude to you.
Yeah.
It's like treating you. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's always like, you know, like you said, I like him.
Yeah.
Can't help it. I like him.
Yeah.
What?
I do like that she's like kind of straight up about it the whole time, where she's just like, yeah, I don't know why I feel this way, but I do.
That's probably the most real thing about her, is that she's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But man, then when we get into Winter House season 2, he's a little baby boy who needs to be put in timeout. And it makes her feel so bad to be stuck in the middle of like her boyfriend. She goes, I love him.
Well, it's so crazy because she's been watching Amanda put up with Kyle for so long.
Yeah.
And then like the first time we see Paige and Craig actually dating, she's doing the same thing. She's like corralling this drunk man, trying to stop him from getting in fights and pissing people off and embarrassing her and embarrassing himself.
Amanda says that to her in Winter House, where she's like, or she says it in her talking head.
If I was Amanda, I'd jump right on that. I'd be like, welcome.
She literally goes like, in her talking head, she's like, well, now she gets to see what it's like with Kyle. Like, that's how I feel. And I was like, that's not a good thing to have someone on your side. Like, it's not good to have someone understand you in that deep way. Craig in Winter House season 2 is like, freaks out because he doesn't want to clean up after each other. He doesn't believe in a sense of community. He was like, I don't want to clean up after you guys. I should be able to hire a maid if I want.
Oh my God. He's so, what's the word? Like
entitled?
Southern rich. Yeah. Like trust fund baby.
Sure. Which that's fine. But then say that beforehand, or don't say it in this shitty tone. Like, don't bring this fucking attitude of like, if I want you, I should be, pick up the glass that you broke on the ground. He's also breaking a shit ton of glasses on the ground.
Literally, he's like yelling at Amanda.
Yes.
And Amanda's just like, hey, can you not leave shards of glass on the floor where we're walking around barefoot?
Yeah. And he goes, if I don't trash a party house, then like, what's the point? What do you mean? I've had plenty of fun without breaking glasses.
I actually haven't.
Oh,
so
I was like, I'm not Greek, but why?
It's an insane argument. And his pattern, Austin's pattern, Kyle's pattern, where it's like, I don't necessarily know that they believe everything they're fighting for, but when they're drunk and they get contradicted, they're like, I'm going to dig my heels into whatever I was saying.
For sure.
To the point that it's going to blow up.
Yeah. And he do.
Yeah.
And I know what's annoying is that action is not egregious enough for someone to go, okay, we're breaking up. It's just, okay, this is really annoying. And Paige even admits that when Craig is like, yeah, sorry, or whatever, she's like, she goes, I'm just glad he can admit it. You know, like he's self-aware, which I have so been there where it's like, well, he's aware that it's a problem that he acts like that. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
It's not going to change is the thing. There's no amount of like self-awareness of like, ooh, your shitty behavior that makes a man go, and I should change that. It just makes him go, I'm aware that I do that, and I hope you enjoy that I do it.
Yeah. This is me, and you can either decide to put up with it or not.
Yeah. Dudes are so good about doing that. It's gross. I think that, anyway, I think that's why so many people will be like gross in front of you because they're like, well, that's just who I am. And it's like, but we can't have any level of like nicety,
decorum.
Heard of it? That's them in Winter House.
Well, and then there's 2. On top of the shards of glass thing, there's the Luke and Jess.
Yes, which is, these things are happening almost in the same night.
Yeah.
So while Craig is throwing a hissy fit about wanting to trash a party house, someone's home, they're renting it out for a lot of money, whatever. While he's throwing a fit about wanting to trash someone's home, there's also Jess, new girl, who is being hit on by Luke in a also egregious way.
Yeah.
I've never seen Luke try harder.
It's so embarrassing and hard to watch.
And
he's just like,
can you remind me?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He and this girl Jess, one night they get in the hot tub together and he's like, do you want to kiss? And she's like, I don't really like kiss in the hot tub. Like she's also a Bitcoin girl, which I don't really know what that means. Yes. She has like she works like in Meta or whatever. I don't know. It's in another world. So she's like, I don't really kiss in the hot tub. And he's like, okay. And then he like wants to like sing her songs on his guitar. And he's like, Craig is rubbing Paige's shoulders. This is like kind of like the breaking point is Paige is rubbing Craig's shoulders.
I'm getting like goosebumps. Yeah. Because
it's so bad. And then Luke sees that and is like, oh, good idea, dude. And he starts rubbing Jess's shoulders and she's going like physically curling in. No. And Luke is just like, you okay? You okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like just.
It's all coming back to
me.
He's doing like a very like fuckboy, like flirting thing that like, I feel like maybe has worked for him in the past where he's like all smoldering and playing his guitar and he's not reading that it's not working on her.
Smolder.
And he just is like, it's almost like he's going through the steps. He's like, first guitar,
then
massage, check, then she will be mine.
Yeah, it's literally it. And as you're saying it, I'm like, oh, because he's probably not been rejected many times in his life, if ever. He really struggled to pick up on her curling in on herself as an indication that she's not interested, buddy. Yeah. And I think this spans like at least 3 or so episodes. All the while she's trying to get with Craig's friend. Corey, big beefy dude. So while Luke is, let's say it, harassing this woman, Craig is like, get your hands off her. Don't touch her. Can't you see she doesn't want, like totally blows up.
Yeah. She's been like talking to the other people in the house and being like,
Paige, and just like, being like, I'm not interested.
And so when Craig gets drunk, so they have the history of the fireworks.
Yes. Luke and Craig also have a history of Craig went to Minnesota and tried to shoot fireworks off of Luke's boat. And Luke was like, get the fuck out of here. You can't do that on my boat. Yeah. This is expensive. And Luke was like,
and he was like, I didn't want to shoot off those fireworks also.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But then Craig goes, if I can't shoot off fireworks on the 4th of July, or like if I can't shoot fireworks off a boat, what's the point? I was like, what rules do you have for your life? Like, it's the same way, like Chelsea will not eat a hot dog unless she's at a baseball stadium. Like, that is a rule that makes sense. I eat Taco Bell every Sunday. These are normal. I never look at a firework and go, if I can't shoot that off a boat, like, what? What are you talking about? Craig is a 7-year-old who just wants what he wants. And like you said, will dig his heels until he gets it. So Luke and Craig already have like underlying beef where they try to laugh it off and be like, whatever, we're still bros. But then Craig yells at him in a way that's like not necessary. Also, Jess just needed to be like, hey, no, thank you. And Luke would have been like, what? Okay. You know, like he would have backed off, I think. But
you know, or if Jess didn't want to say something and Craig was like, hey, I'll take this for you, he could have just been like, hey, man.
Yeah.
She told me she's not interested.
Yes.
Anything like that. But no, he like goes off on him. Yeah.
Yells at him. Luke leaves. He's like so ashamed. He leaves the house. Like you can tell he feels so bad.
Luke loves to leave though.
Okay, maybe it was all a setup. What if it was all a setup for Luke to be like, okay, and then I'm gonna go, but then I'm gonna come
He's
back.
Like, I'm still gonna get paid, but I'm gonna get a few days away.
Right. He's like not even out for like a night. I think he leaves for a night and then he comes back and then it's fine. But so Craig is like, okay, you're trying to be a good guy, but you're doing it in crazy way. And I would even say not in a good for TV way. Like I just think it looks whack.
Really bad for him, even though I think everyone would agree he was on the right side of history in the argument. And I think Paige tries to tell him that. And she's like, listen, we all agree with you.
Yeah.
We are just very upset that you are screaming. And he like leaves the bedroom. And I think Paige says to like Sierra or Amanda, she's like, you know, he just like gets like this and there's no calming him down or reasoning with him when he's in like this mindset. And she just kind of is like, well, there's nothing I can do right now, but I will handle it later.
Yeah, which is fair. Like, sometimes that is the only thing you can do is be like, gotta let you go. Not the person I want to be dating though.
No.
I hope I don't.
No.
Am I like that? Do I walk away? Chelsea went.
Well, I was originally going to say, I think you've already dated him. You already got that out of your system.
No, I'm worried it's me. Long pause.
I think I also already dated
that person. Yeah.
Which, you know, just would get drunk and get like, he would do the digging his heels in thing.
Yeah. It's not nice.
No, and it's not, because then the rest of your night, you're
on eggshells.
Yeah. And
you're uncomfortable.
Often apologizing for someone.
Yeah.
Who is not apologizing for themselves.
Yeah. And Paige had to do that a lot. And she gets really good at, she's a very boundaried woman. And this is why we love her, because she gets really good in later seasons going, hey, this is beef between you and Kyle. Hey, this is something you need to go talk to Austin about. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to be in the middle. And like, I think that's what makes her so great and like fun to watch and rootable for. Like we all root for her because she's able to do that. And like,
and everyone's cool with her, I think, because she's not fake. Yeah. But she's like, I'm not my battle.
Yeah. Very good at that. I do love that at the end of Winter House, Paige and Craig wake up in bed and they go, we're not sick of each other. I was like, I wrote, Paige is lying through her teeth when she says that. They're like, can you believe we did a whole Winter House together? We're not sick of each other. And I was like, y'all one of you is very sick of the other.
Paige is exhausted.
Yeah. She had to play mommy for 2 weeks or whatever.
I do think, even it is crazy to me that even in like, there's a scene in Winter House where they're doing like the rave party and it's like after all this has happened and they sit on the stairs and Craig is like, I'm really sorry about all that. And he does apologize for all of it. And she's like, now that we're dating, you like, we are representations of each other. And she's like, I love the fuck out of you. So please don't.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, I want to be with you, which I think is very real. And like, despite all of this, I really do think she really loved Craig going into it.
Yeah. I might have a hard time believing it, but I feel like I watched it happen. So what can I say?
Yeah. I don't know. I think she really, she had to put up with all that. I feel like
for sure. You're not doing that for show. Yeah. He's not bringing anything to the damn table.
Literally not.
Pillows? I don't think so. Let's take a quick break.
This episode is brought to you by Being a Baby.
Goo goo gaga. Thank you, Charles. It's interesting to think about Paige and Craig coming back into Summer House as the united front, because I think we start to see them both being like, yes, we're on the same page in terms of like what we want, right? I feel like in previous seasons, Paige was very relationship driven, not interested in the hookup. not interested in away games. Like she's very much like, I'm with someone. So we get to see her and Craig kind of do the fantasy of talking about like marriage and kids and stuff, and maybe moving to Charleston or
New York. They're still like doing long distance, but they're like, okay, what's our next move?
Yeah.
He more so than her, but she's like, you know, they're like, we're doing it together. Whatever we're doing, we're sticking together.
Yeah. And he's so interested to move it forward.
Yeah.
Because he's a loser.
Well, he has like a Lindsay-like timeline.
Yeah.
Almost. Because he's like...
Which he's not adhering to at all.
That's why he had to freeze his sperm.
Oh. No. I didn't know that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, he froze his sperm and everyone's like, Craig, you don't need to freeze your sperm. Men can have babies until they're 80.
CEO and founder? Of what?
Of freezing your sperm. It's so weird. Right. So Craig is like very interested to move things forward. And I find that interesting about Craig because having watched him on Southern Charm, he's like had a couple long-term girlfriends, but he's never brought anything to the table for them, in my opinion. So it's like he was never really working consistently. I think he like had a house at some point, but was like moved in with his girlfriend, Naomi, and then would just like lie about what he was doing all day and be like very drunk at night with the boys, Austin and Shep, and be like hungover all day and just like I think she just felt like she would come home and he would be like playing video games or whatever.
Was he unemployed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not working. Unemployed. Hungry. No. But to me, I just read him as such like a grifter, you know, where it's like you found this woman who like, I think her family owned some restaurants or something, like kind of had like a family business going. I think she did her own thing. Sorry, Naomi, I can't remember. I did like her though. But he was like, this seems good to me. I'll try to propose to her soon. So like gifts her a ring and like talks about like next steps and whatever. Like he's always very curious to be like, okay, and like, is this viable? And are we going to move forward? Because are you going to take care of me or not? While I play pretend and like make pillows again.
So that's crazy. He like wants this whole like family, whatever, but he's not making any moves towards it. He's just like, oh, I just need the wife, and then it'll all fall into place.
Kind of, yeah, because then he doubles down on making pillows and the like.
How did this happen?
The matriarch of Southern Charm, Miss Patricia, was like, I'll totally fund your pillow making company because in a unemployed haze, Craig decides that he loves sewing and he really wants to do it, and it becomes this like laughable storyline in a season of Southern Charm where everyone's like, okay, Craig, you're gonna make your pillows. Like Shep dunks on him, Austin dunks on him.
Sewing or sewing machine?
Sewing machine.
Wow.
And Naomi comes home and he's just got like fabrics everywhere and like beads and stuff. And everyone, I mean, the undertone is everyone being like, you gay? Because you're loving those pillows. To my chagrin, he makes it work. Craig is a grifter is what I'm trying to say. He lied about being a lawyer. He like grifted his way into making this pillow company. He lied on the most recent season of Southern Charm about being a lifeguard. He like jumped in the pool to save this girl who did need help getting out of the pool. I think she was a little too drunk and she like dove in or fell in or something. And he's like, yeah, I was a lifeguard. And I think it might have been his family. Someone was like, you were not a lifeguard. Like as a teen, you were not a lifeguard.
Oh, I think I heard this. His parents were like, no, you weren't.
Yes. So this is why I'm like,
why does he?
What are you doing?
He's like a pathological liar.
Yes. This is a trope on Southern Charm. Also, I'm like, Paige, how are you on Bravo as a network? You're not watching any of the other show. You're not going to go watch this man and what his actions. I get wanting to be like clean slate. You're a new person. That's the past.
If someone I was dating was on reality TV, you best believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching every episode.
I'm listening to the podcast. I'm listening to the discussion. I need to know who you are from every angle.
Yeah.
That's like so much of why I was so baffled by Paige being like, I just like him. And I was like, I guess when you're in real life, it hits different.
I guess. It's also like, we don't see any of that in the lying or anything like that in Winter House or Summer House.
No. I mean, you see him act like a baby in Winter House. But then in Summer House, like, he seems pretty fine. He just seems like a guy who's obsessed with Paige. Rightly so.
Yeah. His edits on Summer House are like pretty good compared to, really good compared to Winter House and now what I'm hearing on Southern Charm.
I can't wait for you to dive in.
But I can't wait either.
Yeah. So it's interesting that like, to me, I see them as being like, Paige kind of likes that she has the upper hand in terms of being like, I will mommy you and I kind of get to boss you around, even though she has this moment of, what are we? And he goes, I think it's fine what we're doing, whatever. They kind of move through that and now they're united front. And he's like, great, you're going to be the person to then like carry me through these next milestones in my life. Meanwhile, yeah, I guess Paige becomes less interested as they move through the relationship.
Yeah, I think, I don't even know if she necessarily, I think it's like he makes it a self-fulfilling prophecy almost, where he's like, it becomes a pattern that he's worried he's going to lose her. So he like tries to hold on to her and like make her the housewife that he wants.
Yeah.
And I think she sort of like wants to like wriggle out of that. And I think if he just had been like, hey, let's be together and we can like see what time brings for us, I think she might have stuck with it if she felt like she could have her career and him.
Yeah.
But he kind of made that impossible.
Because they had the dinner scene, right? Where they go out to dinner and he's like, I want to make sure our relationship stays a priority.
Yeah.
What did you make of that?
Okay, so I, like, while we're talking about, Craig's troubles, I think a big thing is that he has a conversation with Sierra about this, that he's a romantic. And I think
liar.
He has this, well, like, I do think he like romanticizes things in his head and like fantasizes. So like every conversation that Paige and Craig have about the future, he's like, well, we just like need to move in together because like we're gonna be married and have. I think he has this like vision of her sitting on the porch with him with like a bunch of kids, and like when they actually have the conversations, she's often like, okay, yeah, you want to move in together and get engaged and all this stuff. Here's what that realistically looks like. That looks like me leaving my family and friends and job in New York and moving to where you are. And I feel like he's just like, la la la, I'm gonna have like,
he goes, yes, exactly.
Yeah. And she's not thinking about her.
Weaponizing those tears, mama. I do love that as those conversations get more serious, she's like, I can't leave New York. And I'm like, yeah, feel it.
Yeah.
Get into that then.
So I think like that's a big problem is he's not like, I don't know. Sometimes in the beginning of their conversation, when he says like, oh, is our relationship still going to be a priority when you go on tour? At first I'm like, okay, that's not like a crazy thing
totally
to ask your partner. But then as it keeps going, he's like still projecting that fantasy on her. And he's like, well, like, when we have our family and stuff, you can't be like going on tour.
That would immediately turn me off.
No, that's a crazy thing to say.
Don't tell me what I can and cannot do.
And so then it's like, okay, well, you went from having maybe like what could have been a valid concern to like, well, this goes back to what I want.
Manipulative.
Yeah.
Liar. Piece of trash. Like, yeah, it is totally valid, but it's not necessary to say.
He also like uses all the time, like, well, I'm just being honest about my feelings. He's like, I have to be honest with you. And then Paige goes to Sierra and is like, I feel like I can't tell him anything.
Yeah.
Because once again, he just has this projection and it's like not about Paige almost.
Right. We like truly watch Paige crumble under the weight of his control. And like, I don't know that he's like purposefully being controlling, but I think because he's so like, well, I'm just telling you what I want. To me, as like someone in partnership, I would go, okay, I should be open and listen to this. Doesn't necessarily mean it's right. And I think what makes Paige so beautiful is that we like watch her really contend with that on screen and be like, well, what is listening to him and what is listening to myself? And like, actually, is this what I want? Or like, where do my needs fit into this equation of like, what is my boyfriend telling me versus what am I actually doing?
Totally. And she's going back and forth with like, am I being selfish or is he being so? Like, she's really trying to think about both sides of things, which we're not getting from him, at least not, in what we see. No. But I don't think.
One thing I think we should bring up before we kind of talk about maybe the third act of their relationship is that Paige said this was the best sex she ever had.
Oh, yeah. Do we believe it?
I hope not.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So also, I feel like
Better than Andrea?
Did they fuck?
Yeah.
There's no way.
She did say that he had the biggest dick she ever.
Andrea.
Yeah. Saw. Yeah.
Wow. I love that Andrea calls her little Paige.
Oh,
Side note.
It's very cute.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe before we get to like the third act of their relationship, I like that, calling it that. Because it does feel like there's like the beginning where she's like, and then the middle, I feel like all of season 8 was kind of like Paige and Craig just plateau.
Yeah.
Like them just kind of coasting. She backs him. She's like, this is my man. We're together. Whatever issues we're having, I feel like she's like, that's kind of nobody's business.
Yeah.
And I mean, we see that at the reunion when we later find out that he got kicked out of Kyle and Amanda's wedding, and she like, you know, totally
I forgot about that.
covered up for him. Yeah. I wonder how much stuff there is like that throughout their relationship.
Well, I think there's a shit ton because Paige at the reunion was like, I never knew when he was lying or not.
Right.
And this is why I'm like,
I forgot about that.
Why did you take this man?
But I think it's important to acknowledge that I do think what Craig thought he was getting out of Paige ends up changing a ton.
100%.
Like, I think Paige's, and which is allowed. Like,
Yes.
we're all allowed to change, especially they met when she was in her 20s. Like, I mean, she's still, right? She's just now 30 or 29.
32, I think.
Okay. So, like, they definitely were dating when she's in her 20s. But it's like, not to defend Craig, trust me. But I get that it's like, I think that's like an important part to dive into too, is like, Paige did really change what she wanted.
She totally did. Yeah. And I think we kind of watched Paige, I think throughout the whole show, slowly change her mind. Because even with Perry, she's like, she's like crying to Hannah and she's like, I don't know if I want this or not. Like,
yeah.
And again, I mean, I already said it, but like, I think it's really beautiful to watch her contend with these feelings and be like, oh my God, I'm changing my mind. And I have to let someone down ultimately. And I think that she feels that way toward Craig at the end because she feels such guilt about like, I don't want to have to tell him that I'm like having these really hard feelings and thoughts because he's going to think I'm a bitch. And she says that to Sierra, like, I'm so scared of what Craig is going to say. And I think that part is really shitty when you feel that you can't express your feelings or your wants because you're worried about your partner's reaction, even if it will hurt their feelings. But the podcast does become a priority to her, and like her career does, even though, again, we kind of watch her say more and more like, my career, I'm doing what I've wanted. Like, this is so cool. I never could have imagined this is my life.
I also think it's, when I look at it, I'm like, Paige loved Craig enough to let him be fully himself, whatever version of him that was, lying, loser, etc. And Craig loved Craig and not Paige, because Craig didn't love Paige enough to like deal with her changes, right? Yeah. Craig loved what Paige could be for Craig. And I think that's a common heterosexual couple dynamic. You see it. I know, Rach, we've been at a wedding together where it's felt like that, where it's like, and the bride, here's all the things I love about her, but it's really just what she does for the man.
Yes.
And then the thing the man loves, or that the woman loves about the man, is like actually his personality trait.
Yeah.
And so, anyway.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. I feel like if Craig had been, I feel like Paige was, willing to adapt to whatever Craig needed. She was like considering moving to Charleston, whatever he needed in the relationship. And if he had just let her change and like adapted with her and been willing to do that, I think she would have stayed with him.
Yeah, don't send her a fucking ABBA documentary.
Yeah.
About how it ruins relationships.
Yeah.
That's just so, I mean, to me, it's just such like insecurity, and not even in a like, I'm worried I'm going to lose you and I love you. It's I'm worried that you're not going to pay attention to me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Or I'm worried you're not going to want the things I want anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really what he was saying. Because there's like several scenes where she reassures him like, I am not going to run away. I love you.
Yeah.
And that's why I really do think she did. I think, once again, why would she stick it out for that long? Why would she be like unprompted being like, he's the best sex I've ever had? So she's like, I would never admit it. She's like, every time we fight, I know I'm not going anywhere. And I'm like, really, Craig?
Craig?
I would love for her to, if you're listening, Paige, please follow up on Giggly Squad and let us know if that was actually true.
Wow, please. I know she said that she would never say his name again, but I'm like, we got to use a code word. Or just say you've had new best sex of your life. You don't even have, it can be the new best sex of your life.
I think there was the whole middle. She's defending him. She's with him. She's constantly reassuring him.
Constantly.
And then it's never enough for him.
Yeah.
And then I think, season 9, it's really maybe I feel like the most honest storyline on Summer House.
Totally. Yes.
Because she's fully just dealing with, I think she knows that the relationship is ending.
Yeah. I think we watch her for a couple episodes in her talking heads being like, this is bad. I'm not doing well. Like I got on beta blockers because I've been so anxious. Like I'm dealing with all of these health things, but I actually don't think it's my health. I think it's my relationship. And I think that's so big to watch someone go through that on screen.
So actually, she's not on beta blockers yet.
Oh.
The season ends. She goes on tour and starts having panic attacks before going on stage. Craig, instead of being a comforting boyfriend, maybe meeting her, whatever, he says, maybe you shouldn't tour anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe the tour is too much for you.
Yeah.
That's not the way to handle that. That's insane.
Hater behavior, actually.
Yeah. No, he fully didn't support. And then he sent her the ABBA documentary about how tours break up families.
I do love that she goes, no offense, you make me feel like I'm 75 years old sometimes. And that is the biggest offense to me, actually. I would lose my damn mind. I do love that, all of season 9 was just like hurling towards their breakup because who gave a fuck about Jesse and Lexi and whatever.
And then, he goes on Watch What Happens Live after their breakup. And he's like, I was completely blindsided. The breakup came out of nowhere. We saw what happened. How was it out of nowhere?
Yeah. Out of nowhere where?
Yeah.
What house in the Hamptons were you hanging out at?
Yeah.
Brother.
What relationship were you in?
I mean, yeah. Is it just that he's in such denial and delusion that he's like, this won't be done because I'm not done?
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Or maybe he had it in his mind of like, we're getting married, so whatever issues we have together, we'll get through and we're not going to break up. Which I guess maybe, but like you're not married.
Thank God.
Yeah. And I doubt he will ever like recognize that his behavior in that relationship was not supportive or not, manipulative or.
No, he's just going to be like, well, she chose her career over me. And so, woe is me. And where's my wife? I can't believe that he, after the season was over, said that he was going to propose to Paige at BravoCon.
Yeah.
Actually crazy.
Show me a man who has not listened to a woman more in his goddamn life.
Also, I just think that's a straight up lie.
Oh, for sure.
And add another to the list that he returned the engagement ring.
Dog.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. I've been engaged 3 times.
And a tip for him to be like, actually return the engagement ring today. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just before Watch What Happens Live. Good time. He's like, yeah, I happened to be in New York, so I returned the ring. Did you get it at Zales?
Yeah.
Zales is not a sponsor of this episode.
Zales.
Wait, we do have a message from a sponsor.
This seems like the perfect time to shout out our sponsor, the pawn shop where Craig sold the engagement ring.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. And shout out to them. And I hope they get a lot of business off this app.
He did go small business.
He
and
did.
We do support.
We do support him for that. God damn. Yeah. Saying that he was going to propose to her at BravoCon was so wild. And truly, I think everyone, and I loved, on Watch What Happens Live, Andy went, really at BravoCon? Everyone was just like,
Paige would never.
You're lying. Yeah. I think, kind of before we wrap up and maybe move into some games, there's one thing or a couple of things maybe that I do want to just remind us about how we know Craig on the show as well, which is that, remember in season 4 when he came to Summer House for like a weekend and then Jules hooked up with him?
Actually, we've talked about this several times. It doesn't stick in my brain.
Good. Because then I like you being really surprised every time.
Like, what?
Yeah. It's just so fun. Like him and Austin come up for a weekend and then Jules was like, yeah, I hung out with Craig. You're like, okay. This is also after she was being nice to Carl.
And she's
or she had just ended things with Jordan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And unrelated, she was like obsessed with Paige. So
wow. Maybe she wanted to be like a throuple with them. Oh, there was a point where Andrea is saying like after Winter House that he like met this person and they were like really special, and he was like, I just wasn't sure how I was feeling or what I was doing, and like I really like her, and it got like really intense really fast. And Paige was like, I almost stopped talking to Craig for you, and you're telling me that you liked someone this much. And I was like, Paige, you did not give off that energy that you were going to stop talking to Craig.
No, I think her pride was just a little hurt, because I think she had it in her head that she was like, well, if things don't work out with Craig, Andre is obsessed with me. Yeah. And to find out that
he ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it would be a bummer.
It was sort of out of nowhere in the show that all of a sudden Andre's crying over Lexi.
Lady?
Yeah. Lady.
Some lady.
Okay. It is crazy talking to you about this. I feel like I got so much more against Craig.
Good.
When I was watching, I did feel like, okay, later on, there are some conversations where I'm like, okay, if I was trying to make future plans with someone and they were so resistant, it would start to get in my head and like make me insecure. I wonder if like I was in his position, I think I might be like, maybe this is a sign that we actually don't want the same things or that we're not compatible.
Yeah. And he has every right to say that.
I felt a little bad for him.
Because
it was clear to me that I'm like, I don't know if he's like, I thought we were going to get married or get engaged after like a year, and then you pushed it to a year and a half, and now you're pushing it to 2 years. And it's like, that's not good.
I mean, that goes back to what Chelsea said, which is like, she did change the timeline. She changed her mind, which is allowed. But then I guess at a certain point, Craig, you have to go, all right, then I'm done. Like if marriage and kids are that important to you, then you do got to move on with your little frozen sperm.
Yeah. That's my one. That's my one minute of sympathy for Craig.
That's fair. One thing about Paige that's become very evident to me is that despite watching her like grapple with real life questions and change her mind and have to deal with the repercussions of like changing her mind and making her needs being known, is that she's very avoidant. So like she loved that Craig lived far away the whole time. You know, it was kind of like a trap that he was never going to be close and that she could kind of keep him at an arm's length, I think.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Because every time she's gotten close to someone, it's been like no, but this isn't right. And like things don't work out. That's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But I think even with Perry, where like, that sounds like it would have been a pretty sweet life. She would have had it set up a la Hannah, you know? And she went, no, I'm actually not like ready for that. I don't want it, which I think it's both true to her, but I think she's also a little avoidant.
Okay. Yeah. If we're talking like attachment styles, he's definitely anxious attachment and she's avoidant attachment for sure. Yeah.
Which is why I think back to what I was saying earlier, where she was like, I kind of like that I can control Craig in the situation, because then he's not going to come to me and be like, all right, so what are we doing now? You know, until he does. And then she kind of has to be like, well, I don't really want this.
Yeah. And unless he's the one bringing up the future plans, she's sort of just like, well, I like what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think she might be. Which is so crazy because, in every other situation, she's so not. Mm-hmm. She'll stand up for herself. She'll confront people. Like if there's hard news to tell Amanda, she'll tell Amanda. You know, she's not afraid of a tough conversation.
Yeah.
Until it comes to.
Yeah. And I don't even think she's afraid to have these conversations with Craig per se. I just don't think she wants to. And I think she'll find a way to wedge like whatever in between it to be like, actually, this is important to me. I think it's both are true, right? Like the podcast is important to her and touring is important to her. And it allows her some separation from like, I don't want to commit to this.
I think she also really did think that she wanted that other life. And so I think it's hard for her to even accept it to herself that like, is she really willing to give that up? She's like, I think she thought she wanted to get married and have kids and like settle down in her 20s and like had this idea of her life. And then
Totally.
I think that's a hard thing to accept your own change, you know, and
deconstructing from the thought of yourself.
And being single in your 30s is like probably a really hard thing to think about if you're a person like a Morcus twin. What's their name?
Not the Morcus twins.
Dorcas twin.
The Workus sisters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Them.
The Workus Sorkus.
Yeah.
They are ones who like could not imagine being in their 30s single.
No, I've talked about it probably every episode, but like that is so much the premise of the show is everyone being like, when you're 30, you're dead. So get married now because otherwise it's over for you. But we have two beautiful souls who have gone on from the show. And I think one of them might have a bright future ahead of them. And the other one is going to be sewing down south.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like two of the women on the show who didn't end up getting married at 30. And I thought you were talking about Lindsay and Paige. And then you were like, and one of them has a bright future. And I was like, oh my God, who's the person that doesn't?
Damn.
But yeah, no, I don't see Craig doing anything past, like, is Southern Charm still going?
Yeah.
Okay, once Southern Charm's over, like, I don't see a future for him in reality even.
No, he's not fun to watch. I mean, there's so many. He would be a problematic figure on Bravo for me.
He got on the map, at least in my world, because of every moment of like him and Paige on. Is she on Southern Charm? It was like clips of them like building a house.
She has a couple like episodes where she's in Charleston visiting because he's always like, you never come down. And she's like, you can't get Uber Eats there. What would I go for?
She's like, I need to wear a black leather pant.
Yeah. Well, do you blame her?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what his future looks like either. And I don't know that he does either, but I think that he believes in himself and his grift enough that he will figure it out.
I mean, yeah, he'll do something, but I just don't see him being a big presence on TV in the future.
Hope not. May he never grace my screen again, except for the next season of Southern Charm. Love to dunk on a man. But Paige, I think Paige has a pretty...
Yeah, I think Paige is doing a lot. I feel like she's going to be in the fashion world in maybe not a way that we like see as much, but like in a way that's like successful for that industry. I don't know much about fashion.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm also like, how will I know?
She's like going to a fashion show like every week.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. She's in Paris Fashion Week.
I mean,
She
good
has
for
her pajama company now.
Yeah. People didn't like it though.
No.
Sorry. But she'll be doing stuff. And I think we might be able to get some more insight to what her future looks like when we play this game. Okay, so we're going to play a little game of...
Paige famously loves a psychic, first of all. So
okay, that's right.
Yeah, we're going to be a psychic for her.
We're going to be a psychic for Paige, and we're going to predict her future. And I think her first future is about where she's going to live.
This is like a version of MASH, if you remember the game.
And Maddie, I'm going to have you pull the...
Okay. We wrote down options for... This is her career?
This is where she's going to live.
Where she's going to live. Okay.
Okay, let me mix them up really well.
Did you guys play MASH as kids?
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
I would like cry if I didn't get a good
Oh
one.
my! If you ended up in a shack. Okay, so Paige is gonna live in.
Paige is gonna be living in Salt Lake City,
where
she will be a Real Housewife,
joining the cast. Congrats, Paige! Oh my God, that's huge for Paige. And then next, we're going to predict her career. What her future career, one of many, I'm sure, will be. Whoa!
In addition to being a Real Housewife.
In addition to being a Real Housewife, I mean, you know, she stays paid.
That's true.
Okay, she's gonna be a dating show host.
Love that.
On like a Netflix Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Love Island, Ariana.
Something horny for sure.
Yeah.
She won't wear a suede dress in Bali and faint again.
I was gonna say horny, not corny. No Love is Blind. She will not be taking over for that.
No.
I think the last thing we're gonna pick is who she's gonna end up married to, which is really exciting.
I really hope my pick gets picked.
Me too.
Well, it's mine. It's Andrea.
Wow. Oh my God.
good.
Congrats.
I'm so sorry. He's gonna be a widower.
Oops.
And then I do hope that she has an affair with Bad Bunny.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
just to read it out, Chelsea put Bad Bunny in the hat, in the bag, which I thought was good. And then we also put Carl from season 5, where he's very beefy.
What can I say?
I think now we should predict Craig's future.
Yeah.
and see where he's going to end up living. Because
Do you want to be the picker? Or
yeah, sure. Wow. Thanks. I'm scared. I hope it's somewhere bad. Oh my God, it is Orlando. Oh. He's going to move to Orlando, Florida.
And he is going to live in Epcot.
He's going
In the big ball.
He's going to lie about it too. He's like, I live here. He's going to change the name of his sewing company to Sewing Further Down South.
Sewing in the swamp.
Yeah, Sewing in the Swamp. That's Chelsea. Craig, don't take that.
You gotta pay me.
Copyrighted. God damn it. Okay, so now we're going to pick his next job.
Okay.
Oops. Flying out of my damn hand. Oh, wow. Potentially his dream job. Craig is going to become a stay-at-home dad.
Wow. Ugh. In Orlando.
In the ball. Lastly, we're picking his spouse. This is exciting. Oh, Erica Kirk. Oh. Craig and is going to pick up Miss Erica Kirk, and they're going to live in the ball in Epcot. And happily ever after. She'll be his trad wife for sure.
As Jordan would say, someone he can take home to his parents.
Someone he can take home to his parents.
Should we remind everyone that
I was going to say, never forget, Erica Kirk
was on Summer House.
Brief moment on the show.
It's crazy.
So we got so quiet.
Why did on the show. Jordan hook up with like so many women on the show? We'll talk about that in another episode.
I was like, not why, but how.
Yeah.
Did he?
Miss Erica Kirk did not hook up with that man, by the way.
No, that's true. She immediately hated him.
He said, "Are you my future wife?" She said, "That's crazy." And I went, agree.
Yeah.
Chelsea, do we have another sponsor to hear from, or do we have one more game to play?
Well, we got to do our classic Finger Bang, Marry, Kill. And wait, I realized when you guys were playing this at Cheesecake Factory, did you do Fuck, Marry, Kill or Finger Bang, Marry, Kill?
We did fuck. Sorry.
They're not repping the podcast.
No one knows yet. We can't give away all of our secrets.
All right, so we are going to be choosing between Finger Bang, Marry, Kill.
Sorry, imagine us randomly being like, we're going to finger bang this cheesecake.
No one gets it. I'm like, I would finger bang the shit out of that. And
they
you're
will
like,
start jerking off. They'd be like, yeah.
Brent would be like, Maddie, are you okay? I know you haven't eaten all day.
Okay. I know you don't normally have dairy, but
yeah, right.
We're freaking out.
All right, so we are choosing between the Craig and Paige pet names. Classic, baby. Horny, cutie.
Oh.
Unexpected, chicken. So
your three adjectives to the pet names might have to be my fuck, marry, kill instead.
So Finger Bang, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
Chicken, baby, cutie.
Classic, horny, unexpected.
The fact that cutie is horny.
You know.
Okay. Finger Bang, Marry, Kill. The thing with the chicken is I like that it's different.
Yeah, I thought you were going to hate this, but I actually think chicken is really cute.
I do think it's cute. If I separate Craig from it, I think it's adorable. But I hate that it's Craig.
I do hate when he talks in baby voice. I really hate it. When he's like, "Hey, chicken." But when she says it, I think it's really cute. Like she just answers the phone. She's like, "What's up, chicken?"
Yeah.
Like she says it normal.
Love it. Does she... I wonder where it originated from and if it's because he's a little bitch.
Probably.
Where'd you get chicken from? Hey, chicken?
Hey, chicken.
You laying eggs? You're not shutting the fuck up? What? Okay. Baby is the first one?
Baby, cutie, chicken.
Oh, I guess I'm fucking... Ew, I guess I'm finger banging cutie. Am I marrying chicken?
I think that's my answer.
I guess I'm marrying chicken.
Baby.
I gotta kill baby.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I've never dated anyone who's called me any of these nicknames. I'm not a babe person, and I'm not a baby person.
I've done it all.
Wow. I've traversed the language.
I had a babe boyfriend in college. I wasn't big on saying it though. Like he would call me.
Oh, okay.
He was
obsessed with
You can imagine what kind of man.
Big.
And then I've had, baby and cutie. I think I'll be like, what's up, cutie?
Yeah.
But yeah, baby, I don't like the way they use it. I'm trying to think of how they use it.
Yeah. I'm killing baby. I'm
chicken. Do I want to marry chicken?
Do you want to marry cutie?
You cannot finger bang chicken.
No. You can't finger bang chicken.
You can't marry chicken.
Cutie can't be the only one. Like, it can't be your main nickname, I feel.
Cutes. Cutes for short.
What up, cutes?
Yeah. Big C.
That I like.
And remember, we're in partnership with Big C. Oh yeah, no, we're okay. We're killing baby.
We're killing baby.
We're finger banging
cutie.
Cutie.
Because it's horny.
Because it's horny. It's the horny one. Wait, duh. Why didn't we put that together? And then we're in partnership with
chicken. We're going into business with chicken.
Hello.
Wow. All right.
There we go.
Let's hear from our sponsor.
Well, this episode, thank you so much to the Bees of Charleston, South Carolina. They do have a special message that they want to share. They said, Paige, please come back. We cannot be left alone with this man. Yeah. We miss our queen.
They don't have their queen.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're going to die.
That's why they're dying at alarming rates.
It all comes back to Craig.
Yeah, right. No. He wishes.
Yeah.
Well, that was the episode, guys. I hope we convinced you that Craig sucks.
Sure convinced me.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.